Hi guys, welcome to Yoga with Elise. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Elise, and for those of you that do, welcome back. Today we have a rise and shine flow for you, for all of those that feel sticky in the morning when you get up, a little bit cranky, need to move around. Give this a go and hopefully you will feel awesome. So as always, take it at your own level. If something doesn't feel right for you or you're not there yet, you can either take a modification that I may suggest, you can switch it out for something that you prefer, or you can take a break, whatever suits you, as long as you're having a good time. So when you're ready, we're going to start in child's pose today. So come down to your mats. We're going to go either knees wide or narrow, feet together, hips back over the heels. Take your arms out in front and take your head down to the mat if you are capable. And if that's not accessible to you yet, put one fist on top of the other and put your head on there. When we're there, we're just going to start with our breath. So breathe in through the nose, allow the belly to expand between your legs, and breathe out through your nose. We just take a few breaths here. You just gently walk the hands to the left. Pop the head back down, feeling a stretch down the right side of the body. And then walk hands over to the right, same thing again, head down, feeling a stretch down the left side of the body. Take your hands back into the middle, last little bit of child's pose. Option to pop your hands together into a prayer and take the hands behind your head. Place the hands back down, come back up to your hands and knees. I'm going to go for some cat-cows and start to warm up that spine. So when you're ready, inhale, drop the ribs, lift the tailbone, lift the head. And on your exhale, round the spine, drop the tailbone, drop the head. Inhale, arch, lifting the tailbone. Exhale, round, relax, push the floor away, feel your shoulder blades coming away from each other. Let's go a couple more times, inhale, arch, exhale, round. One more at your own pace. Take it back to neutral. So we're just going to warm up our wrists while we're here. So spreading your fingertips nice and wide in your tabletop position. You're going to start to take a figure of 8 with the shoulders over the hands. We're just getting used to having some weight in the hands. Different positions. We're going to turn them around now, so take the fingertips, face them out to the sides. Take some more figures of 8. And place the fingertips down towards the knees, or as close to that direction as you can. Gently rock back slightly towards your heels until you feel a stretch. coming onto the backs of the hands. If this is uncomfortable for you, then you can go one hand at a time, supporting yourself with the other hand, whichever option you take. We're going to wiggle the fingers, scrunch them into fists, and maybe try and touch the fingertips towards the wrists. This might feel really strange to you, does to me, especially if you've not done it before. Make sure you do both hands, you're doing them separately. And then when you finish, come back to neutral with your hands. And we're going to head into our yogi squat. So tuck your toes, pop them a little bit wider than hip width apart, and walk the hands in towards the knees. Bring the knees off the mat and into our yogi squat. Now if you've got your toes, your heels off the mat and you're on your toes, that's absolutely fine. If you can, pop your heels down and go for it. Option for a block on this one. Take a block and sit on it so you can find your position, however is comfortable for you to sit. Wherever you are, you're going to take your hands into a prayer position, your elbows into the knee creases, roll your shoulders back and down and lift through the crown of the head. Once you get comfy, option to start bringing the hands down. So we're getting about parallel to the mat with our arms. The elbows are pushing the knees wide. Take a few breaths here. Option to stay here or join me for a couple of breaths. So we're going to place the left hand down on the mat. Take the right arm up and look towards it. Put the right hand back down on the mat. Take the left arm up. Inhale. Look towards it. That left hand back down on the mat. Walk your hands back to the front and lift the bum into the air. Find your downward facing dog. So lifting the tailbone nice and high, fingertips spread wide. Option to pedal out the legs here, straightening one, bending the other. Feeling a stretch down the backs of the legs. If your heels don't touch the floor, don't worry, and you can absolutely have a bend in the knees. All we want is that long spine, tailbone reaching towards the ceiling. Okay. When you're ready, you can go for some sun salutations. So, we're going to step the feet behind the hands. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, lift the arms in the air. Press the palms together and exhale down to the chest. Drop those shoulders. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinge forward, hinge from the hips. Forward fold, slight bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, maybe your hands on your shins. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step it back to plank. Drop the knees down for the first one. Keep your elbows in towards the body, facing the back of the mat. Shift your weight forward, so into plank, the bum is down. And then you're going to bend in the elbows, lower your body between your knees. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes, push up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal out those legs again if you'd like. Lifting the tailbone. And then step the feet behind the hands. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, arms up. Palms together, exhale down to your chest. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to plank. Option to pop those knees down again or join me for a full chaturanga. We're going to shift forward, bending the elbows. And then push to up dog, legs off the mat, or you can always pop the knees down, drop down to cobra, as so. Tuck the toes, push up and back, downward facing dog. Pedaling out those legs. Lifting the tailbone, pushing the floor away. Step the feet behind the hands. Inhale, come up to stand, arms up. Option for a slight back bend this time. Lift the chest. Exhale, hands down to the chest. Inhale, reach it up again. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to plank. Option for knees down, shift forward, lower down. Cobra or up dog. Malloy looking up and not back. Tuck the toes, push up and back, downward facing dog. Let's go one more the same. When you're ready, step your feet behind your hands. Inhale up to stand. Palms together, exhale down to your chest. Inhale, reach up, up from your back bend. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to plank. Option for knees down, shift forward, lower down. Cobra or up dog. Take the toes up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Hopefully feeling nice and warm now. Okay, option for three-legged dog. You're going to take the right leg in the air, bring it back. Option to bend at the knee and open out the hip. And then step the right foot through between the hands. And we're going to drop the back knee on the floor for a low lunge. Press the back foot into the mat. Inhale, take the arms up. We go for a bit of a twisty back bend here. So twist towards the right. Take the right hand down to reach for the left leg. And that left arm is reaching up. Lift the chest. Take that left hand down, pop it next to the right foot. Reach the right arm up for a twist, easy twist. Completely optional, feel free to flick up that left foot, grab it with the right hand, try and face your thumb up towards the ceiling here for a little bit in the shoulder as well. Relax the back foot, take the right hand down, so you've got one hand either side of the front foot. You're going to shift your hips back into a half split, so we're walking the hands back, the front leg is straightening, pull the toes off the mat. Option to take a block or a little bit of extra height here. Try and tilt your tailbone back rather than having a rounded spine. Then back into the front knee, take one hand either side of the front foot. Tuck the toes on the back, step it back to plank. You're going to shift forward, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes up and back, downward facing dog. This time we're going to go for a fallen triangle. So take the right leg into the air. Bend in the knee and then step through. So you're taking the right foot across underneath your body to the left side. Weight comes into the right hand. Take the left arm off. You're trying to tilt your body towards the ceiling, lifting the hips. Take the left hand down, step it back to downward facing dog. And then we're going to go on the other side. So lift the left leg into the air. Option to bend at the knee and open out the hip. Step that left foot through between the hands, drop the back knee down, coming for a low lunge, you're pressing the back leg into the mat, the front knee is over the ankle. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, twisting towards the left this time. So twisting towards the left, left hand comes down towards the right leg, right arm up, lift the chest. Take the right hand down next to the front foot, lift the left arm. Option to flick up that back foot, the right foot, grab it with the left hand, face that thumb towards the seam, for a little bit of chest opener as well. Gently release the back leg. Pop the left hand down next to the front foot, start to shift the hips back for a half split. Toes coming off the mat, option for that block if you want it. Shifting down the back of the front leg. Back into the front leg, take the hands either side of the front foot, flip back toes, step it back to plank. Optional chaturanga here, or go straight to down dog, shift forward, lower down, cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes, up and back downward facing dog. And then we're going to go for that fallen triangle, lift the left leg into the air. Take the left leg underneath the body, over to the right, take the right hand off. Turn the body up towards the ceiling. And gently return down to down dog, right hand down to the mat. Step it back and come down to child's pose. Take the knees to the mat, wide or narrow, head down to the floor. You're feeling nice and warm now, starting to stretch out, feel a little bit more awake. And then gently come up to your knees. You're going to thread the needle next. So stay where you are, and then we're going to take the left hand underneath the right, coming down to that left shoulder, head on the mat as well if possible. Option to intensify, you can take the right hand on top of the left, push the palms together and straighten out the right elbow. Notice how my chest is now shifting, it's rotating towards the wall rather than the floor. Keep breathing here through the nose. Place the right hand back down on the mat, push into it to come to tabletop position. The other way, take the right hand underneath the left and down to the right shoulder. Option to intensify the left hand on top of the right. Push the palms together and straighten out that left elbow. Again, the chest turns towards the wall. And pop that left hand back down on the mat, push into it, and back to tabletop position. And we'll go into So maybe stepping the knees back slightly so they're underneath your hips. Start to walk your arms forwards. Slight down dog foot on your knees, so you take your head between your arms. If your head can go down to the mat, then go for that. If you're feeling a little bit more adventurous and flexible, if you have the ability, feel free to come down to your chest instead. Gently walk your hands back into your tabletop position. Come down onto your knees. And we're going to go for our camel pose. Now, if you have not done this before, you may wish to stay at the beginning part of the pose. Equally, if you have any back issues, either skip this pose out or maybe just stay at the beginning. Okay? So, come up to your knees and tap your toes. You're going to take your hands behind your back onto the lower portion of your back. Fingertips can be facing whichever direction you feel comfortable. Roll your shoulders back, and we're going to start to push the hips forwards. You're going to have to squeeze your bum here. When you do that, lift the chest. This is your starting position. Before we go any further, I want you to do that again. Push the hips forwards and lift the chest. Now you can stay here, or you can join me for full count. Option to take the left hand down to find the left foot, the ankle. And then we're going to go half to start with. So take the right arm up into the air. Once you get there, push the hip forward and lift the chest. Take the right hand back to your lower back and gently push back up to the original pose. Go the other way. Take the right hand down to the heel, left arm up. Again, push the hips forwards and lift the chest. And then left hand back down to your lower back. Use it to push back up to the original position. We'll go for full next. Are you ready? We're going to push the hips forwards, lift the chest. Go down one hand and then the other. We're taking both hands down to the heels this time. You might notice that you start to sink down a little bit. Push into the hips, lift the chest. Option to drop the head back if that is accessible to you and comfortable. I don't find it comfortable myself. Should be feeling this through the shoulders as well, especially if you're tight there like I am. Option to come back in the same way as before, or also option to sink the hips down before bringing the head back. Take a child's pose, knees wide or narrow, your choice. Okay, come back to your hands and knees. You're going to tuck the toes into downward facing dog. And then walk the feet towards the hands and come up to stand. Okay. Whew. A little bit of a standing balance pose next. We're going to go for dancer. So, take these at your own level. If you are new to this pose, then you can stop wherever you start to feel like it's a little bit of a challenge for you. If you stop there, you're going to start to learn how to use your muscles to progress in the future rather than trying to do something that your body's not quite ready for yet. That's absolutely fine. So, to start with dancer, you're going to start on one leg. Let's go for the left foot. So we're going to wiggle the toes and grip the floor. Try and make that arch with your foot on the inside. We're going to unlock the knee, so we're using the muscles around the knee instead of the joint. You're going to push the floor away, feeling nice and tall on that left leg. And then option to just be on the toes on the front, on the right foot. Let's set the posture here. Roll the shoulders back and down, lift through the crown of the head and pull the belly button in. Try and squeeze your glute muscles, your bum. And when you're ready, if you're feeling up to it, we're going to take the right leg in towards the chest. Again, shoulders back and down, reaching through the crown of the head. Option to stay there or take it a little bit further. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see. You're going to take the right hand to the right ankle and come back into a quad stretch. Take your knees roughly together. Start to push the hips forwards, and again, we've got that nice posture. Option to flip your grip here. If you want to, take the hand to the inside of the foot. The thumb is facing back, the palm is out to the side. It's going to feel nice on your shoulder when you come into that. Take the left arm out in front. Start to tip forwards. Again, just tip as far as you feel comfortable. We're still gripping the toes, still got the muscles engaged. If you're feeling up to it, let's kick the back leg into the hand and then lift the chest. That's our dancer pose. Try and look at something that doesn't move. If you can, bring that back leg all the way back to our original position with the knee in towards the chest. Beautiful job. Take the bottom leg, cross it over the top leg into a crossed over forward fold. So hinging from the hips, forward fold. Option to take a block here for support, especially if you've got any back issues. And let's go gently all the way back up to the top. And we'll try and do the same on the other side. So, when you're ready, you're going to take the right toes, wiggle them, grip that mat, create that arch. And again, unlock the knee. Push the floor away, and we're using all the muscles in that standing right leg. Option to have the left foot still on the floor. And if you want to, all the way into the chest. You'll roll the shoulders back, lift through the crown of the head, belly button pulled in. Beautiful. If you're ready to progress, take the left hand to the left ankle, bring it back for that quad stretch, and then I'm just going to turn to the side. You can see. Going to push the hips forward, the knees are together. Take the right arm out in front. Option to flip your grip with the hand, so it's on the inside of the foot, thumb facing back. Start to tip forwards. And if you feel like keeping going, kick the back leg into the hand and lift the chest. You can gently bring it back all the way into the chest, reset, lift the chest. And then release the left leg over the right, hinge from the hips and forward fold. Beautiful. Uncross your legs for me, still in that forward fold. And we're just going to do a little bit of a twist here. So, option to have a block here for a little bit of height. We can also have a bend in the knees. We're going to bend into the right leg, lift left arm into the air, look towards it. Take the left down. Bend into the left leg, lift the right arm, inhale, look towards. And take the left arm down. Take your legs wide. We're in a wide forward fold. Tip the tailbone back so you're showing your thumb towards the wall. And let's go the same thing again. So your hands are on the floor or a block. Lift the left arm up. Look towards it. Option to have bends in the knees here if you need them. And left hand back down to the floor. Let's take the right arm up, look towards. And back down to the floor. Option for a ragdoll here. Really tip that tailbone back. Just turn to the side to demonstrate that sort of a bit of a rounded spine here. We're tipping the elbow back and hinging from the hips. And for our ragdoll, you can take hands to opposite elbows. Really release that down, let all the tension go. Head feels heavy. Maybe sway side to side. And pop the hands down and all the way up to stand with a triangle neck. So we're going to take the right toes, face them to the top of the mat. The back toes are going to be at 45 degrees inwards. Okay, we've got a straight front leg, but don't lock it out. We're going to have a slight micro bend there. The chest is facing towards the long edge of the mat and the arms are out. You're going to kick the left hips back like you're holding a baby on your hip. Reach the right arm forwards. Once you can't reach any further forwards, take the hand down to the shin. You can grab the shin, you can pop it on a block, or the hand can be hovering in front of the shin. Take that left arm nice and high. We're making a line between the two hands. Arms facing in. Ribs are down. You can look up if that's comfortable for your neck, or look down. Gently come all the way to the top. We're going to reverse our triangle. So take the back hand down the back leg, flip the front palm and raise it overhead. Come back to the middle, face the toes towards the long edge of the mat, hinge from the hips forward fold. Inhale to come all the way back up to stand. Face the left toes down to the short edge of the mat, the right toes at 45 degrees. Kick the right hips back, arms out parallel. Left arm reaches forward. Take that hand down to the shin, in front or on a block. And the right arm nice and high, but opening up the chest. Palms facing in, pull your ribs in. Make your way back to the top. We're going to reverse that triangle, take the back hand down the back leg, flip the front palm and raise it overhead. Back to center, face the toes to the long edge of the mat, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Come back up to center and go for Skandasana next. So face the right toe out to the corner of your mat. You're going to start with a lateral lunge. So you can bend into the right leg. And you can stay here if you would like. If you have got the extra, take your hands down to the floor. We can go all the way down to Skandasana if you would like. We have an option here to sit on the block. You can find that position if you would like. Wherever you are, face the left toes up towards the ceiling. If you can, take your hands to your chest. Now, if this isn't available to you, then keep your hands on the floor if you need that support. See if you can roll your shoulders back and lift as high as you can. It's tricky to stay here, so don't worry if you need your hands. Wherever you are, pop your hands back down again. We're going to walk the hands around, so we're going to go into a regular lunge. The right foot is to the top of the mat and the back leg comes round, so both feet are facing in the same direction. You're going to take the hands down to the inside of the front foot and then come down, drop the back leg down. So our lizard position. If the floor's too far away from you, you can grab a block. If you want a little bit of extra stretch, you can come all the way down to your forearms. If that's not available to you, then a bit of halfway in between the two, forearms on the block. You also have the option to tip the right knee out slightly further to the right, coming onto the blade of the right foot. So take whichever option suits you today. Try and keep the chest lifted rather than rounding forwards. Again, if it's available to you, you've got the option to grab your back foot. With the left foot up, take the right hand and grab the back foot. Release the back foot, take the hands back down. You're going to come back into that Skandasana pose on the lateral lunge. So turning to the left, toes come back up towards the ceiling. If you can do it without your hands, go for it. If you need your hands down, you're going to push back up to a wide forward fold. All the way up. And then we're going to go down the other side. So face the left toes to the corner of the mat. Come down for your Skandasana or your side lunge or sitting on a block, wherever feels comfy for you today. Maybe hands to the chest. Trying to sit up as tall as you can, that is hard. If you are sat on a block, potentially try and pull yourself off, and if you don't go anywhere, that's absolutely fine. Just that act of trying to pull yourself up, off, is enough to engage those muscles and strengthen them up. Okay, let's face round to the side. So we're going towards the left. Left foot is at the top edge of the mat. Hands are on the inside of the front foot and the back leg can come down. Again, whichever option you want to take is fine. You want to kick the knee out, you want to come down to the forearms, and if you want to block. We're all different and both sides might be different on you. So whichever way you want to go, you take that option. If you want it, flick the right leg up so the back leg comes up and the left hand comes to that right foot. Thumb facing up to try and get the shoulders opening as well. That back foot down, we're going to come back into our Skandasana. So hands back down, walking towards the right. Tuck the toes and come on into your Skandasana. Again, you can do it without your hands, go for it. But if you need your hands, please use them. We come back to the top. We're going to do a wide forward fold. Last one. Hinging forwards. Relax that head, maybe shake it yes and no. Then your hands on the mat. If you need to bend your knees, go for it. We're just coming down to the floor. Okay. Take a drink if you'd like one, guys, and then join me back here for a couple of little gentle twists to push it off. We're starting with a seated twist. So, coming onto your bum, you're going to take the right leg out long, and the left leg is going to cross over the opposite side of the knee. Option here to bring in your right leg. Either way, you're going to sit on your sit bones. So don't go sitting on your foot. You want your sit bones to connect to the floor. Okay? You're then going to take your left hand behind your back on the floor for support. The right arm is going to hug the left knee. Before we go anywhere, inhale nice and tall. and then exhale, look over your left shoulder. Gently come back to center. You're going to try cow face now, so I'm just going to shift around to face you. So from your seated twist, take your top leg, bring it round a little bit. We're trying to stack the knees. We also have the option of having that bottom leg out long again, depending on what you feel comfortable with. Shift around until you feel comfortable. And we're going to go side to side. Take your hand down to the side of the mat. Inhale the arm up. Exhale, lean over. Come back to the center. Inhale in the opposite way up. And exhale, lean over. Back to center. Now, optional fun bit. If you don't want to join me, if it's a little bit confusing, you're just going to end up opposite way, the same position you're in now. So you're going to go with the right leg on top. If you want to join me for the transition, place your hands down on the floor. So you've got your left hand on the floor near your top knee and the right hand near the foot. We're going to come up, so you're in a crossed over position. You're going to untwist yourself so you're facing the back of the mat. You're going to keep twisted in the same direction, so over towards the right until you're crossed over again with the right over the left. And then come down to your cow face. Confusing or fun? Your choice. So, we're now in cow face with the right leg over the left. Option to have the left leg out long. You're going to lean side to side again, so whichever way you want to go, that's fine. Inhale, take your arm up. Exhale, lean over. Back to center, lean the other way. Inhale up. Exhale over. Back to center. That top leg is going to come up, so the foot is on the floor on the opposite side of the knee, ready for our seated twist again. Option for the left leg to be out long. Take the right hand on the floor for support behind you. The left arm hugs the right knee. Going to inhale up. Exhale, you look over the right shoulder. Gently come back to center. We're going to unhook the legs, roll it down onto our backs. When you come down, you're going to be with your legs bent, feet flat on the floor. Okay, roll your shoulders back and down on the mat, away from your ears. You're going to take the left ankle across the right knee. Take the left hand through the gap you've made in the middle. The right leg's going to come off the mat and you're going to grab that leg wherever you can. Flex the left foot so that the opposite's pointed, and you're going to draw the legs in towards you. Should feel this stretch roughly on the outer left hip, maybe in the hamstrings at the back of the leg, maybe somewhere else entirely. If you feel it in your knee, just come out of the pose a little bit. And make sure we're flexing that top foot to protect your knee as well. Right foot down to the mat. Let the left leg slide over further, so you're crossing at the knees now. If you have the ability, hook your left toes under the right ankle and pop the foot back down on the floor. If you can't do that, it's not a problem. You'll still get a nice stretch. Take the arms out into a cactus position, so your hands are facing up, you're 90 degrees at the elbows. And then let your knees tip over to the right. Trying to keep your shoulders on the mat. If it's comfortable for your neck, look towards the left. Breathe nice and deeply in through the nose. Allow the belly to expand and out through the mouth. Unhook your legs, and we'll do both poses on the side. So when you're ready, right ankle hooks over the left knee. You can take the right hand through the gap you've made in the left leg off the mat and grab it wherever you can, and the right foot flexes, opposite to pointed. Draw the legs in towards your body wherever it's comfortable. Place your left leg down on the mat. Let your right leg slide further over, so we're crossing at the knees. If you have the ability, right toes under the left ankle, feet back on the floor. Arms out in a cactus position. Let the knees tip over to the left, trying to keep the shoulders on the mat, so only tip as far as you can to keep your shoulders on the mat. And maybe look towards the right hand. Back into center, unhook the legs. Bring the knees in towards the chest, give them a hug. Maybe rock side to side. Option to stay there or join me for happy baby. Place the feet towards the ceiling. Take the hands to either the feet or the shins, wherever you can grab. And separate your feet away from each other. Draw the knees down either side of the body. If you're feeling comfortable, make sure your lower back's on the mat and rock side to side. Awesome. If you want to, start to play around a little bit. You can start to straighten your legs. Bend your legs to whatever feels comfortable for you. Have a little play. Find out what you like. Just be gentle with yourself. And then when you're ready, relax your legs down on the floor. However's comfortable for you is fine. Legs long, legs bent and dropped in. Or option for a bound angle, your feet together, knees apart. Roll your shoulders back and down away from your ears. And start to breathe through the nose as we did at the beginning. Breathing in, allowing the belly to expand. breathe out through the nose. This time, let all of the air go, like you're deflating a balloon. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bring your knees together if they're apart, and gently bring yourself back to a seated position. Inhale, take your arms up. Press your palms together and exhale down to your chest. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you feel great and ready to start your day. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and I hope to see you back here for more.